Business planning, pages 13 through 16. These pages take our trajectory information that was broken down into our mind maps and now puts it into a schedule. Scheduling tools are a matter of personal choice. Some people choose electronic tools like BlackBerry or iPad. Other people choose paper-based tools like a planner or a day timer. It's really a personal choice. All that you need to do is make sure that whatever tool you use has three discrete functions. Call them the big three. Your tool needs to provide for month at a glance, week at a glance, and day at a glance. And if it's electronic, it needs to be able to toggle through or even display the views in a stacked sort of format so that it's easy to go from one view to another. First criteria for scheduling a business plan is a tool that has these three views: monthly, weekly, and daily. The first thing you're going to do before your business year begins, whether that's a calendar year or some other starting point, is you're going to have gone through the trajectory exercise and established your goals. You'll have broken those goals down into major pieces, minor pieces, tasks, and numbered them in the order you want to do them using mind mapping. And now you're going to move all of those pieces into your next year's monthly calendars. Obviously, if I'm using a calendar year, whatever is 1.1.1 is going to be somewhere in January in most cases. So I'm literally going to say, here is my plan all numbered out from beginning to end. I'm starting my new year on January the 2nd, the day after New Year's, and you just literally copy your plan into your monthly calendars. Now, for those of you who are thinking, Richard, I'm going to have a monthly calendar the size of a building to accommodate all this. This is one of the other advantages of the numbering system. Put the plan either in an electronic or paper document at the back of your planning system or as a file on your iPad. Only put the numbers onto the various days of the monthly calendar. So when you open your monthly calendar, say to March, you might see something that says BP 7.2.3. BP meaning business plan. What the heck is 7.2.3? Well, open up the file and go down and find out what 7.2.3 is, and you'll know what you're supposed to be doing on that particular date. But you must, before the year begins, transfer everything in your mind map into your monthly calendars, or the year will get away from you before you know it. This will take some discipline, and it will take, depending on the size of your plan, a couple of dedicated days to get the schedule transferred. Once the schedule is in your monthly calendars, then it needs to go into your weekly view. This is done on weekends. Everybody, including those of you who work weekends, real estate agents as we know, have a lot of work to be done on Sunday. But you need to pick a time between traditional end of business Friday for you and traditional beginning of business Monday for you, where you can build your plan for the next week. The way you do that is you go to the appropriate monthly calendar for the month you're in, and you will see listed in there, using their decimalized numbering systems, all of the things you have pre-planned to be done that week relative to your business plan. Now you're going to look at each one of those and you're going to say, okay, do I still want that to happen on Monday? Do I still want that to happen on Tuesday? In other words, you may shift around that week's commitments to fit the reality of your schedule as you know it now that you're closer to the dates themselves. The other thing you're going to have to do is figure out when in the day you're going to work on that activity, whether you're going to do it yourself or assign it to someone if you have that option, how long you're going to dedicate to that. All of those decisions need to be made as you map out the next week. So you're first adjusting things if your monthly view doesn't fit your weekly reality now that you're closer. You're deciding when in the day that business activity needs to be completed, and You are deciding how it's going to be accomplished, how much time, who you're going to talk to, who you're going to work with. By the time you are done your weekly planning session, and there are details of how to conduct that in your handout, you should be able to open your planning device to a week at a glance and clearly see, in addition to all the other things that will be in there that are necessary to run your business and just as importantly your life, the key elements of your business plan that are necessary to continue to advance your overall goals for the year. The final piece of the big three is the daily plan. The daily plan is your last level of refinement. It is done either last thing at night or first thing in the morning. The primary driver of whether it's done at night or in the morning is what does your schedule and your personal style make most workable. If, for example, you work late into the evening and you're not a night person, then you shouldn't be spending those times late at night when you're fried trying to plan the next day. Go to bed. Wake up the next morning and do your plan before you begin your day. On the other hand, if you're if you don't work late at night and you are a night owl, then do it at night. Daily planning is either last thing at night or first thing in the morning. During your daily plan, you simply go back to what you set up for the week and you make the last level of adjustments. Of course, as every day goes on, things that were unexpected, unplanned, opportunities that have just arrived will cause you to need to adjust what you planned out at the beginning of the year using your monthly calendars and even what you planned out at the beginning of the week. This is your last time to adjust. In your guidebook are some suggestions on how to make those last level adjustments and the kind of things you should cover in daily planning. We are 3 of the 4 steps into how to build a business plan. Trajectory, mind mapping, the big 3, monthly planning, weekly planning, and daily planning. The final piece is tracking what is happening so that you can have a clear metric of how well you're moving forward. We'll talk about that in the next video.